I am the Contrarian, and this is my world.
Hi, I am Muthuraman, co-founder of Swarajya. I have a very different view on net neutrality. The current discourse is quite one-sided. That's what I'm going to discuss with Raji today.
Net neutrality, and before you say, oh no, not again, isn't this been completely a debate that has been totally exhausted from every single direction? That's exactly the point. There is one part of the debate that has never been touched by anybody. Have you seen the way this debate has gone? It's completely one-sided. Either you're with net neutrality, you're totally positive to it, or you're a monster. Either you're with the people that say the net, keep it as it is, completely neutral, or you're a capitalist or a stooge of the telcos. There is no other debate. Is that true? That's where you're completely wrong, and that's the debate we're going to have. The gentleman with me today wrote a blistering column on net neutrality. Let's give him a few seconds to state his case. So what's your thought process? Where are you? Where do you stand?
Yeah, clearly I'm against net neutrality. Three things. First is, it's a free market. There are multiple ISPs. It's an intensely competitive business, and every day new ISPs are coming on board. And so there is no reason for anyone to interfere in the pricing mechanism the way the market works.
So if you actually do this whole, it's a free market, let everybody come up with their own competitive pricing, aren't you bringing another evil into the world?
See, there has to be an article of faith on free markets, and that has what has taken the telecom industry from where it was, where you used to wait for 5 years after applying for a telephone line, to where it is today, where the data costs as well as calling costs are lowest in the world.
So if 70 to 80% of this nation is going to be only utilizing that, and that is where you're saying it doesn't matter, they can come up with any pricing policy, isn't that actually a recipe for disaster?
To put things in perspective, internationally, some 50 million terabytes of data transfer happens every month.
Correct.
And mobile within that is less than 1%. Okay, fixed is the game today, and it is going to remain so for a while. The counter to that is also that more and more cities are offering free Wi-Fi, in which case you are not dependent on the
but you know,
mobile,
that's,
but you are dependent on the Wi-Fi provider.
It's your own contradiction right now. So you're stating on one side free market policy, and the other side you're coming up with what is known to be the worst of them all, which is free Wi-Fi. I mean, are you an advocate for free
Absolutely
Wi-Fi?
not. Absolutely not.
That's the same as a politician wanting to get an election with free water, and we know what's happening with Delhi today with the free water, free electricity, and what kind of a situation it's created. So you're saying free Wi-Fi available, so therefore this is justified.
No, that is not. I am just gave you as an example. I'm envisaging in 5 years down the line, when mobile data becomes a more viable this thing, there will be private entrepreneurs who will provide citywide Wi-Fi.
Okay.
And those charges will be substantially cheap. The way the mobile market has grown rapidly is because of the concept of free SIM card. 90% of net adds are in the prepaid, and most of the companies today offer free SIM card. That is why you have 70% of the population are able to access this thing. Why can't this? Today, what percentage of the people who own mobile access data? 5%, 7%? When will it become 100%? Today, if a telco offers a free data pack, do you think the mobile data market will explode?
Let me understand, the place you are right now, the fact that you wrote a column like this, the fact that you have a magazine that you've launched, right? If I put it all together, would you be where you are if you had a filtered content internet and you did not know the vastness of what the internet, this knowledge base that you have, what it could do for you?
Definitely
you would not be you
definitely
right
won't be. Definitely won't be.
Right?
I can
so
see.
Then, so why are you
No. The point
the
is,
benevolence that you're showing to the poor?
Wait a minute. The point is, there is a concept I want to bring of positive discrimination versus negative discrimination. Positive discrimination, allowing people lower data charges than the standard rate that I have passed by, doesn't hurt anyone. Negative discrimination, if somebody throttles, that is the biggest challenge in US, right? Comcast was throttled. So the throttling or negative discrimination or preventing access of certain sites or slowing down certain sites is clearly a unfair business practice. net neutrality is not the place to fight that,
Correct. So speed,
battle.
I mean, let's put this in perspective. What you're really saying is, as of now, one of the romanticized notions is that the net currently also is neutral. I say that's a fallacy anyway,
Absolutely
because,
not,
you know, I mean, most of you may not even get this, but speed is a big problem already. The bigger servers you have, the faster bandwidth that you have for people to access it, how close you are to a telco or to an ISP, all dictate what site opens, how much faster, and how you even plan your website. If you're having a website that is extremely dense and you have no bandwidth and no real servers to actually take care of it, you're going to be in trouble, right?
Absolutely.
But another person can have as dense a website with far more content on it, but because he's got all the other fringe benefits of, you know, faster bandwidth, better pipeline, closer to ISP or a telco, he can open it, right?
So
I mean, he can be,
those are the market demands. Those kind of discriminations or whatever have happened, it has been fine all along without the net neutrality all this while.
But
And
speed is a very small component of net neutrality. Net neutrality actually is the very fact that today, wherever a person has been who has discovered the internet 5, 10, 15 years back, don't start discriminating today by telling others, you will get my version of the internet. But you're actually saying that's a very good thing.
Yeah, one thing I want to distinguish. Here, we are not talking of blocking certain sites. We are talking of giving free access to certain site. If I have the resources, I will pay the data charges for anybody to come and visit my site.
On one side, you're saying those that have never had access. Why have they never had access to the internet? Because the data cost is something which is insurmountable for them. Otherwise, why would they not have done it?
It is not. One, it is because of smartphone penetration in recent times, lack of awareness, and third, probably data packs, as in probably the data packs were costly. The prices are dropping by the minute.
Let me tell you some of the strongest thoughts that have come about it, okay? It's a backdoor entry to come up with premium prices. It has been done before. It is a backdoor entry to get over-the-top services like WhatsApp and all other kind of things to be licensed and therefore to be priced, right? I'm sure you're also for that.
100%.
Oh, you're okay with that?
Of course.
All over the top? Why?
Of course.
Why?
See, okay, I'll give you a small example. If I make a prank call to an airport threatening a flight from a landline or a mobile phone, the operator has to maintain my KYC and has to archive, store and retrieve it in 4 hours. If I do the same call over Skype, Skype has no such responsibility. I have cost of customer acquisition form, 100 free SIM card I do, and I have to maintain that this thing forever, for life. And if a Skype call, somebody does this thing prank call through Skype, all Skype has to do is give the IP address. Then it is the responsibility of the telco to trace that from which IP, which service provider, which address, and get the KYC and provide it to the police. So there's a cost involved in providing that service.
People talk about the fact that it's a road, it's a highway. Okay. No. Let me give you the twist. I know the normal one is that, you know, I can take X or Y road, or I can go down whichever way. You also wrote that in your column.
Sure.
Let me explain this to you. Once I take the contract to build that highway, my job is to maintain that highway.
Okay.
My job is to pick up the toll for that highway. I do not then say that if on that highway, car companies can sell a Maruti for X price, but a BMW can sell a product for a much higher price. I want a piece of the pie because I'm maintaining it for fatter tires that are actually using up my road. Once I'm done with building my highway, my job is done. I maintain the highway. I should not care who uses it and how much money they
Wrong
make.
analogy.
Okay,
Wrong
let me
analogy.
understand it. Let me understand.
One, this is not a finite resource, in the sense that
But actually speaking, both bandwidth and broadband are finite.
Are
resources.
finite. Okay.
Anybody who says they are not finite,
This
that
is not a. It is
totally
not a
wrong.
zero-sum game.
No, it
If,
may be,
say for
it's
example,
not,
in a building, if I take a 10 Mbps,
a country like India, where spectrum is the most finite of resources, you can't say that at all.
Okay, hold on. In a building, I take a 10 Mbps. You
But tell
leave
me why
there.
my analogy is wrong. I need to understand.
Yeah, there is no. See, in a road, there is a limited width. I cannot allow somebody to go a fast lane and earmark that lane.
Why not?
Because I'm encroaching. I'm encroaching on the others.
70, 80, 90. The speeds are already given.
I'm encroaching the others. So that is why people are giving that example, saying that there cannot be a fast lane for.
No, forget the fast lane. I told you I'm twisting the analogy.
Okay.
You're giving me an answer to the analogy, which I also say is incorrect. I am saying once I have taken the contract, and I know that this is my job, I will build the highway, I will maintain a smooth highway, and any roads that actually get a little bit of a bump, I will smoothen that out.
Sure.
After that, who runs the highway, which car, which company sells, which kind of car for what price? I'm not concerned about.
It's not
but you're
concerned
saying
to you. It's not concerned to me.
but
Except
but
that
your
if
example is
the
that the
guy in the
ISP should be
process,
concerned.
in the process, if he imposes certain costs on me, in the process, if he is imposing certain costs on the highway provider, toll provider, I am very much in my right to ask him to pay extra.
How will you define which OTT pays what? How will you know who is an OTT and who is not? If within my app, one second. So if within my app, I have a communicate button where an email goes out, am I a communication OTT?
No.
No, but according to most people, you are. So this is where you're opening up India to the kind of license regime that is going to. We'll be 10 years behind the rest of the world.
No. Okay. It is up to the market to allow it to mature. If for example, if XISP is charging for all the OTTs and something that is coming up new also, why ISP will come and offer it for free? Let the market decide.
But the market should decide. The ISP is in the business. You wrote in your column that eventually this is a utility.
Yes.
You've written that data and bandwidth is a utility, right? So are you going to be okay if you actually were charged something separate and if electricity comes to your house, separate for fan and separate for air conditioner?
I'm not okay.
But
I'm
you
not
are
okay.
proposing that.
I will give you an example. In the same building, ground floor, I have a salon. First floor, I live. I pay 8 rupees per unit for ground floor. I pay 4 rupees per unit for first floor. Same electricity, same voltage.
That analogy also comes with roaming.
Same
So that's already done.
No. This is commercial. This is a different
way of using it.
As a provider, I should have the choice of charging whatever I want. As a user, you have the choice of walking with your feet.
If this is to save the world, if this is free market, if this is that same example you gave me right in the beginning, that if I have never ever been on the internet, then it is a boon. Then why is it that if Save the World is not done with a 500 MB data package for everybody free? Wouldn't that save the world?
By all means, it will.
So then why go through all of this? Why not that? Let's just give everybody half a GB.
No, exactly. Wait. You and I cannot decide.
No.
Nobody. Wait a minute. Nobody decided that the free SIM card should be given.
Wait a minute. Way as telcos and TRAI want us to suggest. I'm suggesting. I want to know your viewpoint.
1 second. The market decided that the free SIM card will be a good way to entice more people. The market will decide free data packs will entice more people.
Frayed silos of the internet is the biggest disaster and nightmare I can think of.
Why? What is disaster in that? What is disaster in that?
Because you're actually saying
today
this ISP will give 11 sites, this one will give 14.
No, these are all free.
See,
the point is,
I'll keep switching my SIM card.
But all these ISPs will provide a standard-based pack where I can access every site at that standard-based pack.
All right. So I think on that note, on the Contrarian, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Absolute pleasure talking to you. Not for the things that you think, but the fact that we actually met. So the debate continues. And like I said right in the beginning, is this really what the debate is? Either you're with everybody, which is net neutrality, or you're a monster. Today we heard that there are, of course, a lot of other finer nuances in this debate. So which way do you really lean? Everything we spoke about today, has that made a bit of a change, a difference? Do you think differently now? Has your imagination soared? Do write to us on the show. We'll see you next week right here on The Contrarian.
I am The Contrarian, and this is my world.